Hello, everybody. Wanted to give you a little bit of a preview about what you're getting into, just like usual. I think this is going to become a regular thing on the channel just at the beginning of every video. Um, this is the list that we're playing with today. It's called Control Shred instead of Soul Shred. See what I did there? Yeah, so this deck, it's essentially based around Empower cards. I will explain a little bit into the video, well, really like right at the beginning of the video. Um, we are sort of jumping right into things again with this one, so you'll just have to pay a little bit of attention. It's pretty much turn one that I started recording, and I'll give you my reason why when the video starts. I don't think that you want to listen to it twice, but I do want to go over the list, just give you a big spread about what we're trying to do. This is a Dominion based control deck of sorts, so it can pivot to aggro if necessary, but we don't run anything super huge. The biggest that we go in terms of power is Iren, um, but we do have Mirak as our highest drop, so we do get up to 11 cost, but really, I mean, you can see the curve here. It's mostly fives, um, which is maybe a little bit irresponsible, but we have a lot of ones, twos, threes, and fours to make up for that. So it's not like all you're going to be drawing is fives, although sometimes you will have a hand that's unplayable till turn four. So you just gotta deal with that. Um, so we have one Bandari Opportunist just to kind of shuffle in a few more, um, and also poke our opponent so that way we can proc our Empower actions. So we have stuff like Luminous Shards to destroy stuff. Um, what else? Soul Shred, Spoils of War. I feel like there were more Empower cards, but maybe that's it. Um, really, those are the big ones that we want to be playing with. So yeah, Bandari Opportunist for poke, Dominion Oathman for poke as well. We do run a fairly high number of intelligence and willpower cards, so when compared to our green cards. So Dominion Oathman should be procking more often than not. We run Elixir Vitality and Orb of Vermina and Goldbrand. Those are our supports here. We've got 7 supports. What am I missing? Oh, the Dark Rifts as well. That's for poke, just like the rest of the stuff. We got Ungolem because Ungolem is the goat. We've got some Ice Spikes because they poke our opponent and they also draw us a card, which is great. Mystic of Ancient Rites, really solid card in this deck specifically because anytime that it hits our opponent, it's going to be permanently sticking that empower on them. Shrieking Harpy is a very solid prophecy just to make our prophecy count a little bit higher. We run 2 Ward Crafters because they're not super essential, but they help out. Uh, Blackhand Messengers are really nice. They provide us some reach when they kill themselves, uh, and some drain, which is really cool. Daggerfall Mage, very solid 3. I love it. Put it in a lot of my blue decks, most all of them, honestly. Dark Rift I talked about already. We're not really using it for the Storm Atronach, but it is a good body to get on the board. But we're really just using it for that extra little bit of poke. Dominion Battle Reeve, it's just an all-star in these kind of Aldmeri decks. I mean, it was made for Aldmeri decks, so it makes sense. We've got the Summon, Last Gasp, and Slay deal 1 damage to your opponent. Plus he's got Drain, so that's essentially 3 health that you can, well, 2 health that you can guarantee that you're going to be getting if you kill this thing yourself. Um, it's a really solid option to put on the board at almost any state in the game. Yeah, Luminous Shards for removal. Tower Alchemist and Cauldron Keeper help us stay alive with the Elixirs of Vitality, the Orbs of Vermina, and the Goldbrand. It's not the main synergy in the deck, but it does help us quite a bit, to be honest with you. Elusive Schemer, here for the draw, shuffles more creatures into our deck, very solid card. Lightning Bolt, we run 3 of them, and we just want to hit them on prophecies mostly, but they are really good removal options. Piercing Twilight just straight up banishes stuff from the game. This is a very banish heavy list. Very good card. 2 Vicious Dregs. We shouldn't really be needing more than 2 in most cases, but sometimes we will get overwhelmed by supports. There's not a way to bring these back in the deck because we don't have like Solitaire or something like that. So Vicious Dreg, these guys are our only options for support removal in these colors as well. So kind of had to run a few of them if I wanted to make this deck any kind of viable. Aldmeri Spellwright. I really wanted to play with this card. I had never played with this card up until I made this deck, so that's why they're here. They're also just very effective in this deck. We run Iren. Draw a random action from your discard pile, then your actions cost one less. We've got 22 actions in our deck, so that is a really, really nice number of cards that Iren is going to be discounting for us. Cast into Time, we run all three of them. Usually I just run two if I have these in a deck, but I wanted to really hammer home the Banish in this deck, so 3 Cast into Times it is. Cauldron Keeper I talked about. Cauldron Keeper, I explain it in the video at a certain point. Memory Wraith, banish your opponent's discard pile. I run one of these. This is the same thing that I did in my Ulfric's Covenant video. Just having one Memory Wraith is better than having none, right? If you can eliminate some cards from your opponent's discard pile, that is a huge win for you. That way they can't bring that stuff back for the rest of the game. And there is a lot of stuff on the ladder right now that's discard pile related. So stuff like Shout Scout, very, very obnoxious deck to go against, in my opinion, because it just works off of the Word Wall synergies, Drain Vitality synergies, and Soul Tear synergies, specifically Soul Tearing back stuff that you have, uh, stuff that you've killed already, and generated with your Call Dragon. That's the name of the shout. Generated with the Call Dragons, it's obnoxious. I'm sure that people that even play Shout Scout or any kind of Call Dragon decks, you guys have to admit it's not very fun to play against Paarthurnax loops or Odahviing loops, anything like that. It's really annoying. Alduin loops specifically. So Memory Wraith can get rid of some of that stuff from us from the match. Piercing Javelin, three of them. They cost 5. Three of them just ups our prophecy count, makes it a little bit harder for our opponent to be aggressive on us. Then Soul Shred. This is another huge reason that we wanted to play this. I got my last Soul Shred finally the day that I recorded this, so I pretty much built this deck around Aldmeri Spellwright, Soul Shred, and Empower. So I wanted to try it out, and it's pretty fun. You'll see one of the videos coming up. Very fun. Spoils of War, we just run 2. We don't I like Spoils of War a lot. It's a really good card, but we don't really need 3 because drawing 2 cards for essentially under 5, you're never going to play this thing at 5 most of the time because of the amount of reach that we have in our deck. So it's very high value, and you can refill your hand pretty easily, especially if you Thorana then Spoils of War. It's a really good combo. The Gray Fox. Gray Fox is a great card in green. We can steal something from our opponent's deck that they put in their discard pile, like an Alduin or a Paarthurnax. We can also just steal something that's really handy, like Edict of Azura, something that we can't get in this deck, but we can certainly steal it. Thorana, just to duplicate our actions. Thorana's great. 2 Ice Storms. I originally did not have these in the deck. My plan for these videos is to upload a part 1 and a part 2. So in part 2, you'll see me kind of fix the deck to make it the way that it is now. I can't remember exactly what I did to make it this way, the way that it is now, but I know there was a Fingers of the Mountain in here, and it was just a one of. It was a Fingers of the Mountain, and Spirit Knife in here, and I swapped those out for Ice Storm. Just because we went up against one match in particular. I don't know if I'll put it in, but it was a Telvanni conscription deck, and Ice Storm really would have helped there. So made me realize the stupidity of me not putting this in the deck. Orb of Vermina and Goldbrand, 2 crazy supports that will really prolong the game if we're allowed to keep them up with Cauldron Keeper and Tower Alchemist. Razumdar, great card. So we throw this guy down, he breaks a rune, that's 1 card that we get, and then he draws a card automatically on his next turn. Razumdar will get that card. It's great. It's a great resource generation card, and it creates a target that immediately needs to die. Iren Dominion Queen, the cooler older sister of Iren. She has 6/6 for 8, and draw a random action from your discard pile. So the same thing that normal Iren does, except when Iren draws an action on your turn, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. So Iren here, very good card. I like her a lot. She does discount everything, which is really cool. But the fact that Iren deals damage when she draws actions, in my opinion, is a little bit cooler. It provides value for stuff like Spoils of War, or Elusive Schemer, which might come up in the video at some point. You never know. Ice Spike as well, another card that can generate us actions, and Orb of Vermina, honestly, can generate us actions that Iren can hit. Even the other Iren can generate an action that Iren will hit. And then Mirac, just to steal something. It's pretty simple. In a control deck like this, we kind of want something big like that. So yeah, that's the list. We kind of get right into it. Just at the beginning of the video, I'll start talking. It'll be a little bit quick, but I wanted to prime you guys for that before the video started. So I hope that this kind of makes sense. I'll have the deck code in the description. If you want to change anything, make your own version of it, feel free to do so. But this is my version of it that I am happy with, and I hope to see you guys at the end of the video. So I I'll see you there. I actually faced this guy. Um, I don't know, like maybe an hour ago. I don't know if he remembers me, but he's on like a weird High Hrothgar, Magicka gaining scout type of deck from what I can remember. I can't imagine that he switched off of it to a different scout deck. So I wanted to see if maybe I can like read what he's gonna do now that I've played against him. Last time he really kicked my ass. He got High Hrothgar down with a Bruma Oppressor, and he got a 9/9 Clockwork Scorpion on the board. So that was pretty scary. Okay. So he is here. This is a bizarre deck. Something that I'm trying out. I don't know if it's really all that viable, but I was thinking about how I don't ever play with Empower, and I wanted to try doing that. I also have never played Aldmeri Spellwright until today, so there's this Bruma Armorer. I might have said Bruma Oppressor earlier. Not what I meant. But I wanted to play with Empower, so I was thinking Aldmeri Spellwright and Mystic of Ancient Rites would be fun to play with since I've never really done it. Um, so yeah, we're gonna see if we can do stuff. I also really like Soul Shred. I've never really played with that either, and I finally have 3 copies of it, so I got my 3rd copy today. So that's kind of all the stuff that went together to make me want to play this deck, or build it, I guess, and then try it. It's near 50% right now. It's gotten a few losses. I've revised it a few times. Ooh, double armor. Okay, Daggerfall Mage is one of the new cards that I put in here. This guy is really taking his time. Okay. There's Goldbrand. You can kind of see a little bit of what our game plan is. But it is a little bit clunky feeling. The Cauldron Keeper and we have Tower Alchemist in our deck somewhere. They're nice if they come up. We're not fully like support oriented, but we do have Elixir of Vitality, Goldbrand, 2 Dark Rifts, and an Orb of Vermina. Those alone are pretty oppressive when you just let them stay on the field for a long time, so... Okay, and there's Astrid. 2/5 Astrid. Okay. I think we'll just throw a tome on this guy. Schemer. Cool. And then I can Goldbrand kill this next turn. Okay. He has a Cicero. I am going to assume that he runs Squish the Wimpy in this deck. It feels like the kind of deck that would. Double Cauldron Keeper. It's pretty good. Okay, Goldbrand over here. We can kill Cicero next turn if we just get a Cauldron Keeper down. I'd like him to play something with like 4 health. That's not Shadowfen Priest. Something that's not Shadowfen Priest. That's important to note. But then, if anyone doesn't know, Cauldron Keeper, give your activated supports an extra use, and then you may activate them twice. So, Giant Bat. Cool. He probably kills that bat, though. Nope. Okay. I think people forget about that, that he can attack friendly creatures. I think people forget about that quite a bit. So I'll kill the bat, play the Cauldron Keeper over here, and then I'll kill Cicero. While I have a blue card down, I'll also do this, but it's not necessary. That'll bring us back up to 26. I would like to get a Tower Alchemist soon, because it's looking like we're going to be able to control the board pretty well. That's not the best thing that could have happened in the world, but it's okay, I guess. I would have liked to have played with that, but oh well. Hope you guys had a good weekend, by the way. Mine went pretty well. Okay, what do I not want him to have anymore? I don't think I want him to have giant bats anymore. I also feel like there's better things that I could get rid of, right? So maybe we'll wait. Yeah, that was good. Glad we waited. I'll hit him once. Oh no, I'll hit him twice. And then we'll kill that. And I can just hang on to my supports for a little bit. I don't need to use those right away. I mean, I am sure that in a 57 card scout deck, you probably have a Shadowfen Priest somewhere, but I don't feel like I'm in any rush to use those. This thing needs to die. Okay. Well, I'll kill that. I don't think I want him to have any more of those. Sanctuary Pet, or no, Hollow Death Priest. Never mind. That's the one we don't want. Okay, he only had one of those, but he's not Singleton, so we'll just keep that in mind. I'll kind of load up this lane, and he does not need any more cards. Since he's just playing Scout, he can't have Unstoppable Rage, so that's good. Does have Hush. Okay. Bandari over here. That's the only copy of Bandari in our deck, so we want to make sure that we shuffle another one in when we can. Swims at night. This is one of the stranger things that I've faced off against recently. He's checking my Goldbrand, which is a little bit disturbing. Let's shuffle one in. We probably should have attacked with Piercing Twilight if we're looking to do damage, but we are not looking to do damage. Okay. Cauldron Keeper turned into a mummy. So that was pretty good, because now we can get rid of his mummifies if he has any more. 1, 2, 3, okay. So that was pretty high value. I'll poke him for a bit more. And what am I thinking right now? I am thinking that I've got a pretty decent hold on him. So I'm going to hit him for a little bit more. Since he doesn't have Mummify anymore, especially, I'll just slap him like that again. Okay, something to cost. Skooma Racketeer. Doesn't want to play any of his zero cost stuff yet. I don't think he's a market deck. There's the High Hrothgar I was talking about. So we've got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. Let's just try to get the kill. I will Javelin that. We'll hit him for 4. Okay, and this is a fun way to get lethal. Alright, awesome. So, I just kind of wanted to record that match, but I guess we'll keep on keeping on a little bit. This is kind of similar to the last video that I uploaded on my channel, or the last stream that I did, if you guys were here for that. Just kind of jumped right in it when I was messing around with one of my decks. Okay, we're up against E-Star, which is pretty funny because it's actually Easter. It's Easter Sunday when I'm recording this. We'll keep the Dark Rift just because it's a 3. And it's not a bad idea to get one of our supports down early. There's that Aldmeri Spellwright that we didn't get the chance to use last game. I don't have anything down that synergizes well with Mystic, so I think we'll just get our Dark Rift down. Dark Rift is obviously a pretty decent card too. It's just we're mainly running it for the synergy that it has with Empower cards. So now that we have an Empower card, I'm going to lay down my Mystic of Ancient Rites, and I'll do a little bit more damage here. Okay, he does not care at all. So we'll hit like that. If I hit him again, Spoils of War goes to 3. If I lay down a Dominion Battle Reeve, this goes to 2. We're at 4 Magicka, so that would mean I can't quite play it yet. I will lay down double Mystic and a Dominion Battle Reeve. That way we're all set up for next turn. If he plays something to contest here, I can Dominion Battle Reeve it, then get a double Empower off maybe. Okay, so I can't actually contest that very well. Well, that's no fun. I will do a little bit of poke here. Kill one of my Mystics. Do that. I wanted him to gain a little bit of health with the amulet. Do this, and then Spoils of War. We have a Cauldron Keeper right on time, so that's going to help us keep our Dark Rift alive. Never mind. I just read the card. I misread that synergy. But I would still like to try it. No, that's a big waste. I'll play down one of my Spellwrights. And then I will kill this. Yeah, we'll just sacrifice that. Get a Storm Atronach on the board. Okay, Burn Clan. We actually don't have a we don't have a silence effect in our deck, so that thing will just have to stay here. He likely is trying to kill my Storm Atro with that, so
I'll just swing in with the Storm Atro. Yep. Let's see. Deal a little bit more damage here. I don't think I want him to have any more amulets. So we'll do that. And then I'm actually somewhat comfortable enough, because here's the deal. He doesn't have Dawn's Wrath, so he can't quite kill my whole lane. He could play Ayleid Guardians next turn. That would suck, but there's nothing that we can really do against that anyway, so I'll play double Aldmeri over here. That way, anytime that he takes damage, we're getting 2 Magicka back. And that was my alarm going off for my pizza rolls. So I'll get those in a minute. They can wait. I like them crispy anyway. What is that gonna pull? Ice Storm? That'd probably be the most useful thing that he could get. Telvanni Oathman. Yeah, that seems less useful overall. But we'll see what he does here. Cruel Fire Bloom. Nice. Higher likelihood that it would hit one of these guys anyway. If it hits the other one, that's hilarious. Okay, it's the same guy. Well, that's not too bad. We'll actually get up to 10 Magicka. I can steal something that he plays with Miraak now. Okay. I think that sounds really cool. So I'm just gonna do it because rule of cool. I don't want him to have that anymore. I'm gonna go get my pizza rolls and then I will be right back. Man, okay. Dark Rift, do that. Just got back. Okay, so he's down to 5 cards. If I put a Cauldron Keeper down, I can activate that twice in 1 turn, so that'll bump him down to 3. He doesn't have Necromancer's Amulets anymore. He is going to pull out something here. I checked in the feed. I saw the double Lightning Bolt, or the double Ice Storm, so it's unfortunate, but we kind of knew it was going to happen. Could feel it in my bones. Desperate Conjuring. Ooh, well, that is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. We have to hope he doesn't get Drain, which is kind of a big ask. So we just have to do that. I'll play Iren in the field lane. Maybe not the best idea that I've ever had, but I'd like to be able to... Yeah, it got drained. I'd like to be able to contest this. It's back up to 5. He's got one of those. And a Burn Clan Nightstalker. Okay, Spoils of War could completely save my ass. Same thing with Elusive Schemer. I don't have... Okay. This is going to be tricky. So that's 1 damage dealt. This will bump our spoils down to 3. Pop those out. If we get 2 actions... Okay, we only get 1. So I don't think this is... Okay, that was pretty good, though. That was a pretty good little turn we had there. Alright, we're going to have to work our way back up quite a bit. I'm expecting him to do the same move next turn. Lanneth, Desperate Conjuring. So... what can we do here? We could get rid of the Desperate Conjurings. Not a great set of moves here. Maybe I can do this. Oh, cool. Fair enough. I didn't think we were going to be able to get out of that one, but I thought that might have been too unreliable to just rely on the draw from him, but I guess we do have a pretty decent action count. Okay, I was eating a pizza roll. Didn't think you guys wanted to listen to that. Up against Scout here. I don't know what the best move is. We're up against Gedwin Mod, the Tactician, on a 57 card Scout deck, which is what we just went up against in that first match there. This hand isn't horrible. We do have a lot of 5-drops in the deck. There's another one of them. So we kind of have to expect that this is going to be something that we have to deal with, but we are very, man, this is not great. We are very control heavy, so a lot of the control cards kind of come in at the 5 slot. He's got a Moonlight Werebat. I think I just Lightning Bolt that. Giant Bat. I'll play my... play the Twilight here. Okay, we only got rid of 2. The whole real reason I wanted to play this too is I really like the idea of just banishing my opponent's like entire deck and decking my opponent in constructed. Doesn't happen a whole lot, so thought that'd be fun to try. I will play the... Could play Raz. Soul Shred gets 6 cards right now. Luminous Shards kills my own guy. I think we just have to play Spellwright. Future me here, so I'll be honest with you guys, I'm muting the audio here because I stuffed a pizza roll in my mouth and I thought that I was muted, but I wasn't. So it's just a lot of me crunching and like wet mouth noises, and I figured I was just going to spare you from that. So I'll let you get back to the video now, but I think I know what the thumbnail is going to be. Okay, goodbye. I like him doing that there because I can Luminous Shards. And I actually don't think I need to do Lightning Bolt. Just go like that. But yeah, I can do that to deal with him. Yeah, he does that. Apex Predator will get the Javelin. We have the Mystic of Arcane Rites with Soul Shred as our only Empower card in our hand, which I enjoy. We'll see if he has lane change cards. I don't like playing against lane change, so that might irritate me.
I'll fight to my last breath.
Well, he's really getting some mileage out of this stuff. How do I set up my board well for the next turn here? He's still got 4 cards in his hand. I don't see how anything that he's got... Maybe Apex Predator helps me out here. I kind of wanted to save it just in case he... Just in case I get like a What am I trying to say here? Just in case I get a Piercing Twilight, that way I can get rid of it, like the rest of them from his deck, but I'm okay with this so far.
Walk with our Lord. By the fires of oblivion.
This one foresees a great victory. You must be cleansed.
Your blood stands forfeit.
I fall.
This guy does have a pretty decent stop on me. Well, we do this.
Be at peace.
Play Spoils of War. That's pretty good.
Be at peace.
Do that on my Soul Shred. Yeah, I kind of have to get like this. I'm gonna have to slam in my Apex Predator and my Daggerfall Mage into this. He is at a higher health count than I am, but I've now got this combo sort of going on. Also, I know when you tune into a stream, you don't expect the streamer to be eating pizza rolls, but I was not expecting to stream, so I apologize. But I am extremely hungry. Okay, if he can finally... Oh, he's got Goldbrand. That's just his. Blighted Werebat. Not going to proc onto anything. There's my Goldbrand. Okay. Get rid of his. Play my Goldbrand right now.
Be at peace.
Use one of my ring charges. Blackhand Messenger will be good on this thing. It'll make me not have to use a Goldbrand charge on it. Is he finally going to get rid of that stupid giant bat? No, he is not. Okay, I would really, really like it if he did get rid of that bat, though. I think we can do a pretty large number to him. Soul Shred's at 6 cards. We could get it up to 8. 8 times 2 is 16. He's got 39 cards left. I mean, that's pretty crazy. I think since he's only on 1 card per turn now, we'll just wait to see what he does. I mean, 5 cards is already really good. So we'll just wait to see what he does here. He does that, but he can't do anything now, so our Soul Shred is going to get some crazy value. And he knows that I now have a Shadow Shift. And this guy, I've had pizza rolls in my mouth, but he has just been playing with his hand for a lot of this match. Double Soul Shred. Okay. Hold up. We'll do that. That empowers both of them. Did not know that that's how that worked. Okay, he's got a Prophecy. Probably Mummify again, knowing this guy. No. Okay. Well, we're still going to do that. So this is going to get rid of 10 cards. Holy shit. It's going to get rid of 20 cards, and then this is going to get rid of a lot more. Okay. Let's implore him.
Stendarr, give me strength.
I'm gonna see if I get a creature actually, because if I get like my 1-drop creature, oh, Spoils of War, cool. Ooh, I don't have enough to do all of this, but getting my elixir down will make me a little bit more comfortable. Okay, we're gonna Soul Shred. Drops him down to 16. This is gonna get rid of 14 cards, so I'm actually just gonna say fuck it. Soul Shred the rest of his deck, so we got him down to 0. We could just deck him now. He's gonna draw another one.
Well fought.
Jeesh. Man, that kind of feels bad. Just hit him like that. Don't really have another move here. Wow. That's crazy. That is an insanely crazy card. Just kind of playing my whole hand out here. Good game. Wow. Was not expecting to get that to actually happen, but we were able to make our board state so crazy there that we got to empower like a billion times. That's wild. I'm enjoying Empower so far, and Soul Shred, and the rest of the cards. We're up against Zoom Boom a Foo Fan. I don't know if that's a reference to something. Luminous Shards feels like it's going to be... Well, there it is. Feels like it's going to be a little bit not useful here. Just for the sheer fact that he's on Daggerfall and he's probably going to have a lot of items in his hand. And Elixir of Vitality immediately is pretty good. I could Dominion Oathman, but I don't really want to. Still my turn. There's our 1-of Spirit Knife. I will play Oathman now.
Nightmares about me.
Spoils of War. Yeah, I think we need more cards. Our opponent is way ahead of us. Since I've got the Tower Alchemist too, I'm more okay to click this now. He's got a Mundus Stone, so I would like to see one of my dregs show up sooner rather than later. Do that. We could get our combo going with the Tower Alchemist and Cauldron Keeper next turn. Dude has 8 cards in hand. Hasn't played a single one other than Mundus Stone yet. There's Plunder, so that'll bring him back up to 8. There is the Dreg that we were looking for. Do that. Gain a little bit more health.
The city is safe in my hands.
Okay, gotta keep in mind too, this guy is rank 7. So I'm sure that anyone playing Legends right now is probably pretty in the loop of things, you know? But just can't be too sure. So I'll play Cauldron Keeper down. And that's not to say that he's playing poorly, it's just like, it's good to know. Daggerfall decks are kind of, in my opinion, they're really hard to set up with. There's a lot that goes into it. If you don't draw the right cards in the right order, I think in Daggerfall specifically, because there's so many card synergies, you're going to have a really hard time. So he is going face, and that is kind of why I mentioned that. I figured that he was going to do something like that, rather than trying to hit my guys that are causing this combo. He is going to instead try to break my rune, which is not going to happen with these guys out on the field. So, I'd like to save my next ring charge. I think logically, if I'm him right now, maybe I'm starting to realize the problem. Gonna attack this one first because it has damage on it already. He's got a Preserver of the Root. Okay. He's got an Arcane Enchanter.
Careful there,
A
friend.
Ward Crafter on that one. Best card I could get right now is the Cast into Time, but I don't have that one. That's okay. Unfortunately, no Empower cards in my hand right now. I do have this guy though. That's pretty good. I think oh yeah, I think I'll use that. Break the ward. Cycle our cards. We get the Gray Fox too. Deal 2 damage to him with this. Then we'll hit him a few times. And we can do Lightning Bolt. Oh, I should have done my elixirs, but we can do Lightning Bolt next turn so long as he doesn't get drained somehow. He could have an item, I guess, with Arcane Enchanter. Doesn't seem like he does, though. It's one of those fire bolts.
I'll do what I can. Stop right there.
Not looking like he's going to be able to get lethal. Unfortunately. Let's see what our last card is that he's going to give us. He gives us lethal himself. You could tell a few of the plays he was making. That's why I mentioned the rank 7 thing, just because I had a feeling the way that his deck was constructed, he was a little bit newer to the game. It's not to make fun of him or anything like that. I'm just bringing it up because maybe he'll see this one day and he'll take a note from what I was saying. Like, you want to get rid of those things that are causing the combo first. I know I had a ton of health, but uh, the extra health and the extra cards that I got from that right there were game changing. But, you know, I make misplays all the time, so maybe I'm not the best person to be giving advice.